Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Gonna talk to you about a couple stocks here, DWAC and PHUN, and kind of other symbols like GME, AMC, and COS. Especially when these stocks start to rip and run. Again, they have a history of pumping and dumping. However, if you day trade them and you have proper strategies, they can be extremely profitable if you have proper risk management and know how to trade them. So these are stocks that we look at every day in our penny stocks room, but we also have too, just to show you guys here real quick, in our Discord. You'll see that we have a large caps, penny stocks, and futures room. So we do all types of tradings within our Discord. But again, so we'll look at whatever stocks are running. We map stuff out in the pre-market, go over trade ideas, but we teach. That's the thing that's really great about our community is we teach support, resistance, patterns. We don't just say, hey, buying and selling this without showing stuff. So, you'll see even right in here, just, DWAC, you'll see just even as a pattern throughout the morning, and we're seeing this stuff. And then we talk about support, resistance, patterns. We have streams. So every day we do live streams in the morning. So we kind of, in all of our rooms, but we share these trade ideas. We show the important support and resistance levels. So we're not just a, trade room. We are a trade room that also teaches as well. So you'll see just even throughout here that we're talking about DWAC before it ripped up. And then, you'll see right here on our YouTube, we did a pre-market. Right over here, Scott was talking about these stocks in the pre-market. So you'll see lots of content on our YouTube where we do, pre-market streams, morning briefings. We do, some teaser streams. So we'll show you at times our live streams, what we're doing actually in our Discord, and then we'll put some teaser streams out there, and then we'll kind of put them to private. But we do record our live streams every day, and we put them out there to our yearly members. So I want to bring your attention here. So we do talk about this stuff in the pre-market daily. And then again, when you go into our rooms, this is what you see, just real action, and, you'll see actual charts and people going over this stuff during the market open. So let's take a look here at DWAC. You'll see this one had a couple major rips right over here, and you'll see PHUN over here. So you'll see when I pull these up, you see these massive gaps up, right? This is that gap and go strategy, major pops up, and you'll see there's like, kind of correlation. Doesn't mean these stocks are running like GME and AMC and stuff, but you'll see like the histories of these stocks ripping up and dropping back down. So there's like GME, and then there's, let's see, AMC. So GameStop. What does AMC stand for again? Oh, there we go. AMC Entertainment. So, these stocks that just kind of, pump up, drop back down, and then we can look down here with KOSS. Again, kind of that history. So this is very common with penny stocks. So this is where, we teach in our community. This is not, if you don't know how to trade and you're just following some random, Twitter personality or meme person or that kind of stuff, right? You see StockTwits, Twitter, names that'll call out symbols, and it'll be like, oh, COS, AMC, GameStop, ripping, going to the moon, DWEC, PHUN, and you just see these random symbols being posted everywhere. And a lot of new traders get caught up in that hype because they don't know where to buy or sell. So what they do is they just go and they buy. Just like even major, television programs that may talk about large cap stocks, even stocks like Apple and Google and Facebook and Netflix. And they'll be like, oh, Apple is a buy or Netflix is a buy, and it's ba. But meanwhile, you never see these people talking about support, resistance, and patterns, whether it's a big talking head on a news program, big show talking about a major stock or any of these stocks, these low floats or, these stocks that rip, you just see them talking about how amazing they are and how they're going to the moon. And then they like dump. Now, not saying Apple or Facebook or those dump, but they pull back. But my point being is they never show you areas on where you'd potentially look to buy and sell. So we don't tell people where to buy, or let me rephrase that. Well, yeah, I would say that. We don't tell people where to buy and sell. We show areas on where you could potentially buy and sell. So we're not saying buy this or this stock's going to the moon. We take a look in our rooms and we say things like, we pull up DWAC, we'll map out, let's go to a kind of an intraday chart over here. Sometimes e-signal takes a little bit. This is the weekend here on Saturday, so we'll see how long they decide to take to pull up. All right. Okay, cool. So, you'll see us going in and we'll, just basically go in. You'll see these gray shaded areas here. This is the pre-market. The black areas are market open. So you'll see us on our pre-market streams, in our trade rooms, mapping out pre-market levels, kind of just those peaks and valleys, kind of doing some rando, not going to do every line right here, but just like kind of going through here, looking at previous days support and resistance levels. And then we'll see what happens at open right here, like when the stock goes and it'll rip up, right? So this is a 5-minute chart right here, but this is where we can kind of zoom in on a 1-minute chart and see what's happening, because a lot of times these stocks will just go and rip at the open. And if you look at the bigger time frames, at times you'll many times miss the move. But again, you'll see, wow, this one just really unbelievably ripped up. This might be not the greatest example. Well, bottom line, we map this stuff out, right? So you'll see right at the open, this thing just goes and completely rips up. Now, you got to be careful chasing this stuff. This is why in our room, you're not going to hear us say, oh, buy, sell, right? You'll hear us saying things like, oh, this stock's ripping up. Watch for the pullback. You'll hear James talking about, his strategy, standard deviation, previous day VWAP, boulevard, all those types of terminology where, we're not doing what maybe some of the other rooms or traders are doing. Like, oh, at the open, they have some giant brokerage account. They buy this and they're out within a minute. And meanwhile, their members are getting destroyed, right? So you'll hear us saying, like probably an instance like this, you probably wouldn't hear any of us in our room saying, oh, buy this. We're saying, hey, this thing's ripping up, super overextended, probably caught in a halt. Let's watch this thing as it drops back down. And then you look at these support levels, or, you can see, again, depending on our strategy, do you wait to hit support, and are you day trading it? Are you swing trading it? What are you looking to do? My whole point being, just in general, is we're mapping this stuff up. We're going through the process through the day, showing what to look at and looking at this stuff as it goes up. But we're not, we're teaching you what to look for. Not, again, you'll look at our social media. You're not going to see us shot calling on Twitter saying, DWAC going to the moon, buy now, right? Same thing with PHUN. You'll see us talking about this stuff, mapping out support and resistance. Is that sexy, to the world? No, the sexy thing is to go on Twitter or, right, go on social media, say, whoa, going to the moon, and then, people will follow a lot of, big name traders just because they're buying something. So a big name trader, let's say, like on PHUN right here, here's one right here. You can map these levels, and right here, price goes and rips up at open, right? So this had a big move up. This had really nice move right here. Now, this is where, again, these stocks are really great to trade if you have a trading plan, you have a good broker, you're not just gunslinging, right? You're not just jumping in and buying. You're knowing, like, your those proper support resistance levels, or, if a trader, not saying to do this, but if a trader went in and they're getting in on a break of a 1-minute candle, you're watching these candlestick patterns and then looking for reversals. So if you traded, let's say, a break of a pre-market high over here, you know, when you start to see a reversal, you look to potentially get out. But you also got to remember these low floats can dump at any moment. So this is where hindsight's 20/20, right? It's easy to look at this chart and be like, oh, I would have stayed in that entire time. Well, when you start getting up at 9.52 and you're up at, you know, $14, that's a lot of money. And, you know, when's that halt going to happen? You know, when's the reversal? When's a big dump going to take place? And this is what happens right up here. You see candlesticks like this. You know, it's probably safe to say probably a lot of the professional big names weren't buying out here. Or, again, if they are, they may have made profits on the way up and they got kind of stuck or whatever. But typically it's, you know, most of the new traders that are watching a chat room or a pumping service or a talking head on social media, they buy these tops and then boom, their account just completely blows up. So these stocks, really great to day trade if you have a plan, you know, support resistance levels. Again, this is the stuff that we teach in our community. So these symbols right here, just talking about penny stocks. You know, you'll see us just talking throughout the day. And then we have, like I said, on our Discord, you know, when we're doing our live streams, you can watch us show this charting on live streams. But then you can see right down over here, we have our voice room and our chat room. So you'll hear people all talking in our rooms right here, sharing the stuff on audio as well as chat. So you'll see our streams where we're showing this charts. You'll see us type chatting throughout the day, and then our voice room over here. So, you know, I mean, we just, same thing with all these other ones like GME. You know, we've gone through this process, AMC, where we're always kind of showing the charts. You're never seeing us pumping and dumping. We're showing the areas of support and resistance and what to look at in a chart. And again, if you look to buy any stock, you want to look to buy it low. And then when it, you know, goes and jumps up, you look to potentially sell, right? So this is where you see things like GME and, you know, these candles right here. You know, I'm sure a lot of big name people are day trading these, but the average trader is blowing up their account, you know, because they're putting their life savings up here because they see all the hype on a GameStop, right? Same thing with an AMC right over here. Oh my God, AMC is going to the moon, you'll hear people say. And what happens is, you know, new traders put their life savings up here and then they get stuck because they don't learn things like support and resistance and looking at areas to buy low and then sell high. But you'll hear, you know, again, it's easy to get caught in the hype. So somebody will think, oh my God, this thing's going up forever. So they're going to just buy and hold forever. And if you don't take your profits, this thing could just kind of just completely tank down. So this is where you got to be careful with these stocks. Very profitable if you day trade them and you know your support and resistance, but you could really blow up your account if you're not careful. So this is the stuff, again, we teach every day in our rooms. Make sure you take a look at our YouTube. We have lots of stuff that we put out daily, pre-market, you know, morning briefings, some teaser streams that we'll put up and then we end up putting to private down the road just because that's our actual stream. So if you want to, some people say, let me see what you guys offer before I join. Well, you can check us out on our YouTube. We do have a 7-day trial, so you can, I'll put the link below. You could just try us out and see us live as well. So pay attention to this stuff right here on our YouTube and in our Discord. You'll see, like I said, we have a penny stocks, large caps, and futures room. So again, just seeing symbols like, again, AMC, GME, COS, and then DWAC, PHUN. You know, those are the recent ones. They don't happen all the time, but these things happen quite a bit, you know? So that's where we tell people, hey, if you miss one, there's always another one, right? So don't chase, don't buy tops, learn support, resistance, and patterns. So hopefully this video helped you peeps, and we will see you in our community. Enjoy.